Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. We were doing the sixth verse where yapurvam tapaso jatam adhya purvamajayata guham pravishya tishtantam yo bhuterbhivyapashyata etad vaitata. This is that. What is that? The one who knows or the one who sees that as the center of his being. And how does he see it as the center of the being? By going into the cave of his heart and sitting there and watching everything as the eternal witness that is taking place. In other words, see, you throw one stone in the lake. What happens? There is only one point where the stone gets dropped. But from there, first one wave gets created, then second wave gets created, then third wave gets created, and so on. The subsequent number of waves come and go. But the center remains the same. Exactly the same way. Exactly the same way. The moment, was there a wave when the stone entered the water? If it entered very quietly, like the swimmers when they do the high jump from that 50 meters or 100 meters, some are so experts that when they jump, there's hardly any ripple. And there's no consequent ripple. Now look at it the other way around. Just when from the center the Shiva Shakti came about or Ishvara Prakriti came about, and that's the first ripple. Second ripple is the Hiranyagarbha. Third ripple is the Virat Purush. Fourth ripple is the expression of, Virat Purush is expression of consciousness through the body. Fourth ripple, identification. This is now Jiva Srishti. From your point of view, this is from the ultimate. From your point of view, we think that I have to get rid of the senses. This is what we were saying. Excuse me. We didn't say technically that we have to get rid of the senses. We said that the senses are undisturbed. Mind is undisturbed because it is continuously having thoughts. It is undisturbed. Each sense is not disturbed. Manifest, seeing, not seeing, seeing, not seeing, hearing, not hearing, hearing, not hearing, thinking, not thinking, thinking, not thinking. Intellect is also not disturbed. Waking, dream, deep sleep, waking, dream, deep sleep. Manifestation, unmanifestation. The process of manifestation, unmanifestation at each level is going on, but each one is not disturbed. Where is this non-disturbing quality coming from? It is coming from the center, because center is never disturbed. Center is the Atma. That center, its first ripple, if we may say, is the or we should say, is the buddhi, then the mind, then the pranas, then the senses, and eventually the consequent world. And that Atma is undisturbed principle, non-reactive principle, self-contained principle, self-knowing principle. But that aspect of it, that it is undisturbed, is carried over because it is the material cause of everything. It is carried over to the intellect. Intellect is undisturbed in spite of waking, dream, and deep sleep, the manifestation of waking and dream, and unmanifestation called deep sleep. Intellect is undisturbed. Mind is undisturbed. Thoughts come or thoughts don't come. Senses are not disturbed, whether there is seeing or not seeing, and so on. See? So what is this? What is this omnipotent reality? It is that which is the center, but what is its nature? It is all pervasive, which means that it is the center everywhere. There is no place that it is not. And we cannot say that it is inside here and it is not outside there, that it is above the space and it is not on the other side of the space. Just like, oh, now there is no sun in the sky. What a stupid statement it is. You may not be able to see it, but the sun is still in its position in the sky. You are not available to it. So because you have a shortcoming in your vision, because you are seeing it through the constraint of space and time and objectivity, because your idea is sun is an object, if you take it that way, then yes, it is not available. But what is the actuality? Actuality is that it is always, but not perceivable by us right now. So we have to rise above. We have to rise above. Here, what was said? Guham pravishya tishtantam. He who enters into the cave of the heart and sits in there, he alone sees clearly. See, he alone sees. So where are we sitting? Are we sitting out there in the world and then looking at the divine with the eyes of the world, with the ears of senses which are worldly oriented, with the mind which is worldly oriented, with the intellect which is convinced that the world is true? With that faculty, if we are searching for the truth, forget it. That is not called Guham Pravishya. Tishtantam. Tishtantam is to sit. Guham Pravishya Tishtantam means the one who is, in spite of moving around in this world, his total being is centered in himself. And once he comes to that point, there, I'm using this word, I don't know if it is right or wrong, but different people say different experiences. But it's an experienceless experience. Then thereafter, he is the center of everything that is there in this creation. So we may have a circle called intellect, we may have a circle called a mind, we may have a circle called pranas, we may have a circle called indriyas. And if we go out, we have a circle called parents, we have a circle called siblings, we have a circle called my house, my car, my body, etc., etc., etc. So many circles. Now, when you have transcended one individual circle which had so many circles within it, Panchakoshas are one circle within which these five circles are there. Just take that as an example. Once you have transcended that, now where is your circle gone? Circle comes about only as a result of identification at our level, which is called my house, my body, my senses, my mind, my intellect, my parents, my education, my realization, my sadhana, and it goes on. So many circles we have created, so many parameters we have created. But once we transcend it and sit in the cave of our heart, looking at, being, not looking, being the source, being the center, from that moment onwards, whether you take it, you are sitting there, or you take it right now when we are reading it, we can say that, yeah, we are making an attempt. But somewhere in that disposition, continuous contemplation, continuous attention on that center, just like by your continuous attention on the sleep, somewhere along the way, the sleep absorbs you. Now, where is your center? Is body the center? Parents are the center? Where are you in sleep? It's a state of ignorance. So therefore you don't know. But here, when we are contemplating on the Atmic principle, which is omnipotent, omniscient, all-pervasive, Vibhu, and in that contemplation, the mind stops. The moment mind stops, we are one with who we are, essentially. There is nothing to make us distinct from ourselves. Thoughts are the ones which make us separate from ourselves. Actually, that is also not true. But this is our disposition. From individual point of view, even though we are the infinite being, we are unable to recognize because of our identification. When we contemplate on that center, somewhere along the way, that identification naturally drops without too much unnatural practices. And the moment it drops, that from that moment onwards, we become, again I'm using the word become, we become the center everywhere. There is no place that we are not. For a center, for something to be called a center, you need a circumference. Here there was a circumference, this body. Here for the eyes there was a circumference, name and form. For the ears, the circumference was the sound. For the breath, the pranas. For the mind, the thoughts. For the intellect, the convictions. But once we have transcended, so to speak, and are abiding in ourselves as we are, now there is no circle. Yes, we are using the word, we have come to the center, but now we have come to a center which has got no circle, because you have transcended every circle, every identification. And the moment this happens, this is only words, but words are the way to communicate. And the moment this happens, the disposition of such a person, such a wise person, is he is the center everywhere. See how wonderful. These are the Uttishta Jagrata Prapya Varanyabodha. This is the arise and awake and reach this goal. Ours is a part-time spirituality. After we do this, then after I do that, then today I don't have the mood. We have to be on, unless and until we are on fire to be who we essentially are, nobody is going to come and help us. And therefore, here it is told that as regards this cosmic reality, he becomes the center everywhere in this cosmos. See? Here we are not even talking about the absolute reality. We are talking only about the Hiranyagarbha sthiti. Even if you take that, both, when we talk about absolute reality, nothing to talk about. But when we are talking about center everywhere, we are the source of everything, we are the center of everything, we are everything. When we are using the word everything, when we are using the word cosmos, then we are talking about Hiranyagarbha. Water is the center without a circumference. So when the wave realizes that it is water, it has transcended its form called the wave, the name called the wave, and now people may call it a wave. People may see it as a form. But the water within that wave, which was identified with that waveform and name, has transcended that particular form and name. Now what is its nature? It is water. Water by nature is infinite. Water only knows water. It cannot know ocean, it cannot know wave, it cannot know tsunamis. It only knows, it is self-knowing. Exactly the same way. All the doubts come only when we are missing the point. All the doubts come when we are not practicing. See? So this Hiranyagarbha, this God reality, whatever name you call it, Ishvara, God reality, Virat Purush, whichever, whatever, whatever, wherever your mind takes you. We have told you where to go. But if your mind goes in some experience, so be it. What can you do? But learn to assess it correctly. Learn to completely be at one ment. And that one ment must be a transcendental, means there is no identification with the matter vestibule, which is this body, breath, mind, intellect. And this is the point of the which was the 6th verse. And so when we are everywhere, we are inside also, we are outside also, we are far also, we are near also. Because there is no place that we are not. We are pervading the space-time objectivity. Right now, what is our disposition? We are subject to, enslaved by, controlled by space, time, and objectivity. How do you know? Because every day you check your horoscope, every day you check your Vastu. The one who has transcended, wherever he is, that's the center. We are saying that. He is everywhere. The only way to that disposition is, it's not even a disposition, it's the fact. Story over. It's not a disposition which goes away after some time. It's not a disposition which we have to create. It's not a disposition which we have to catch. We are already that. All we have to do is, in spite of everything in this world, find a way to be centered in yourself, as the Upanishad is indicating. And the one who is sitting in the cave of his heart and looking at the world as his own expanse, this is that etadvaitata. Now, in the 7th verse, या प्राणेन संभवति, या प्राणेन संभवति, अदितिर्देवतामयी, अदितिर्देवतामयी, गुहां प्रविश्य तिष्ठन्तीं, गुहां प्रविश्य तिष्ठन्तीं, या भूतेभिर्व्यजायत, या भूतेभिर्व्यजायत, एतद्वै तत्, एतद्वै तत्. Together, या प्राणेन संभवति, अदितिर देवतामयी. Again we'll do it. या प्राणेन संभवति, अदितिर देवतामयी, गुहां प्रविश्य तिष्ठन्तीं, या भूतेभिर्व्यजायत, एतद्वै तत्. See what the teacher here, Yamaraj, is trying to show to Nachiket is not that the reality, the supreme being, is not only the transcendental presence called Brahman. He is also the Ishvara. He is also the cosmic. Now in this, he is also the cosmic prana. He is showing that he alone is everything. There is nothing that has come from outside. There is nothing existing apart from him. See, we live in a world where separation is the norm. Differences are the norm. The Upanishads are having the transcendent, they are having the eagle's view. How that one alone is everything. Now when I am saying that eagle's view, how one alone, so are they above Brahman? No, 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 no. When Jnaneshwar Maharaj in Amrut Anubhav is explaining his experience of realization, he is looking at all the matter, his intellect, his mind, his senses, this world, this Ishvara, everything. He sees it as the self. And therefore he can write a thesis like that. And this cosmic prana is the life of all. It is the life. It is the life we breathe, the energy that we breathe is all the expression of that Hiranyagarbha prana. See, the total pranas. Without pranas, there is no life. Prana, the cosmic energy, alone becomes the prana when it comes Dwadashangal, when it comes to the 12 fingers. Well, that is the air. Again, I stand corrected there. But it's the cosmic pranas which are making us throb. And those pranas are breathed by all. By who is this all? By humans, by gods, by plants, by animals, by earth, everyone. Those cosmic pranas are pervading everything, are enlivening everything, are breathed by everyone. See. See, our understanding of living is our understanding of living is living in this world. Our understanding of living is to do something, to achieve something, to study something, to be something, to grow, become bigger and bigger, wiser and wiser, matured and matured, to expand from one to from single person to husband and wife, then have children, then have grandchildren, and this unfortunately we call as life. Majority of the people. Our scriptures don't accept that. Our scriptures say that life is to live. To live itself is life. Not to do, to be, to achieve, to success, all that. No, no, no. Life is to live. Or to live itself is life. See? Not, as I said again, not to do something, to speak something, to command something, to execute something, to plan something, to continuously be a busy body. That is not life. That is not living life. Just that you are alive, that itself is life. Be that. But there we come. No, no, no. I am a sadhak only if I am doing sadhana. I am a sadhak only if I am doing pranayam. I am a sadhak only if I am doing asanas. I am a sadhak only if I am doing meditation every day. In Gita they said you have to meditate every morning and every 3 times a day, 3 sandhya. What is convenient for us, we take that. But that was told in the 6th chapter. How come you are not quoting anything from the 18th chapter? Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Give up all duties, give up all doing, give up all responsibilities, and come and surrender to me. That one you didn't say, because that suited us, our mindset. So we quoted that verse. and conveniently we bypass sarva dharman parityajya. See, this is our lot. So, in other words, now I'll tell you something more. The word Brahmaji is equal to Brahmaji, the creator. Okay, Brahma is equal to Hiranyagarbha, is equal to Mahat Tattva, is equal to pranas, this life. All these are synonyms. Got it? So we are thinking, that's why I corrected myself when I was saying, oh, Dwadasha Ungal, at 12 fingers, the air becomes prana, but you are not talking about air here. We are talking about the the life itself. And in this way, and therefore it is difficult to show the connection between, objectively show the connection between man and God. It is difficult to show. It's not impossible, but it's mysterious. One has to seek that. One has to be that in his own inner self. And in this way, ya pranena sambhavati aditirdevata-mayi guham pravishya tishtantim ya bhutebhirvyajayata etad vaitata. See, understanding, logic, explanation, all this has a limit. Till where is it valid? Logic, understanding, conviction, till where is it valid? It is only valid up to the intellect. Which intellect? Individual intellect. Once you cross this individual intellect, then what? Once you cross the individual intellect, then what? Then what will you say? What will you talk about? Your directions, north, south, east, west, northwest, northeast, southwest, southeast, all these are only on earth. Once you cross the limits of the earth, once you transcend the earth, go beyond the earth, can you talk about directions? Exactly the same way. Once we go beyond logicalization, once we go beyond conceptualization, conviction, once we go beyond understanding, which is at the level of intellect, everything becomes what? Everything becomes inexplicable. As long as you are still in the mode of conviction, then yato vacho nivartante. Here also the intellect is getting used to convince itself that what I am seeking is beyond the words, but it is not giving up the words. See? Aprapya manasa saha. It has to go beyond. What we are talking about is beyond the mind, the word, the intellect, but it is still using words, still keeping itself in the loop of the of duality. Yes, a wonderful vision is presented, no doubt. But as long as we are just parroting it, then we are still in the duality. But what can we talk about once we transcend the intellect? What can you talk about once you go into deep sleep? What can you talk about once you are in samadhi? What to talk about when you are being yourself? Guham pravishya tishtantim. See? So this is so once we recognize ourselves not as a body, living as a body, living as breath, living as mind, living as intellect, but once we recognize ourselves living as life, then we are truly living. Then we are one with Hiranyagarbha. Then we are one with the totality. Then we are the cosmic life of the entire creation. You can appreciate this when we say the mind is the source of everything and being in the dream. Material and efficient cause. It is the pranas. It is the life of every life in the dream. Who? The mind. Recognize that in the waking also. Who is stopping? But for that, still the daily rigmarole. I did the cooking, you washed the dishes, I am tired, I complain, complain, complain. Yeah, we have to be fired up. We have to be fired up with this idea that I don't want to live any more less than what I am. Enough. Enough of it. See, just like all the plants, they have built within themselves to move towards life. Where do they get life from? From the sun. All of them, ting, sun and the moon. Whenever they are out, all the plants, do they have an intellect? Do they have decision making capacity? Do they have a mind? Do they have a choice? But life is intrinsic within them, and it makes them tilt towards where the life is, the sun and the moon. Same is our case also. Naturally, we are seeking. Naturally, we want to be more than what we are today. Allow the life to turn you in that direction. But, in between, our desires come and take us in a different trajectory back towards the name and form. Allow yourself to be guided by life because you are that. In other words, in essence, you are, in essence, the cosmic person. Oh my God, I am responsible for all these. all the good and the bad that is going on in this world. I am responsible. Again, where is your attention? On the world. All these doubts and questions will not be valid once you accept who you are, even at the cosmic. So, what is at cosmic level? The Brahmaji, the Hiranyagarbha, another word for it is the pranas, the life itself. The life itself. Contemplate. It will help. It will only help get rid of all the shackles by this contemplation. Instead of me versus you, everything is me alone. Wow. And this, masters say, is not a to be the life is not an intellectual conviction. It's not a thought. It's not a decision. It's not a thinking principle. The life is not a thinking principle. Then what is life? We could say life is a principle of self recognition every moment. And this is what we want to reach. In every event, in every experience, in every contact, with every thought, with every breath, with every stimuli, our attention must go to the self. That was the initial stages, we told you that. Now, to be the life means to live in self-recognition. I can't use the word every moment and in every place, because you are everywhere. Living in self-recognition. That is life. Excuse me. या प्राणेन संभवति aditirdevatamayī. That Aditi, what is that Aditi? That Aditya Aditi. Light is Aditya, effulgence is Aditi. So here another word for Aditi is Hiranyagarbha, the cosmic life. It expresses as the pranas, the cosmic life, and it is, and what did it say? Ya pranena sambhati aditir devata guham pravishya tishtantim, and it enters into everyone as life. I gave you already the example. I don't know if it comes in the bhashya or not, but just like the mind has entered and is the soul of every human being in, or every living being, from amoeba to the gods in the dream. It is the life in everything. So is true in the waking also. All we have to do is not do, all we have to do करना पड़ेगा. To speak, I have to do that. Huh? We have to be that. We have to recognize that. In spite of all the distractions, in spite of all the challenges, in spite of all the obstacles, in spite of all the uh, extrovertedness of the mind, somewhere find within yourself that you are life. Take a chill pill, be cool. When we withdraw from all doing, karta bhokta, when we withdraw meaning when we can't withdraw, I can't withdraw from speaking right now. Maunam is not speaking. Maunam is recognizing that talking is going on. Mind is thinking. Hand is moving. Eyes are blinking. You are watching. You are in Maunam. So, as much as it is true in the dream that mind is the soul of everything, so for all the people in the dream, the mind is the cosmic person. For us, idea of cosmos is the infinite universe. But we have never addressed who is infusing life in this universe. We have not spent time contemplating on. Is it an inert universe or is it a living universe? There is life in sun, that's why the sun is shining. There is life in earth, that's why the earth is moving. That's why the gravity is there. Yes, we may use these principles as gravitational principle or centripetal force or whatever all the words are. But in our scriptures, earth is a living organism. All the planets, all the bodies in this universe are living. It may be different. Some are tamasic, some are rajasic, some are sattvic. But they are living. That inertness was brought about only in the initial stages. Everything is living. So what is infusing this whole universe to go round and round and round and round? Can activity in this universe happen without life? Inert objects cannot move. So just as in the dream, for the dream person, that inexplicable principle called life, which the individual in the dream cannot come to know. But as you wake up, you know that it was the mind and it was pervading as life in every being in the dream. It was pervading the space, time, and objectivity in the dream. If this is understood and it is clear and it is Yeah, that seems possible. That is right. That is my experience. That's exactly what is happening here also in the waking. The recognition will happen that this is happening when you wake up. Wake up to yourself. Wake up to this cosmic person. Go beyond the intellect. देखो मजा. गुहां प्रविश्य तिष्ठन्तीं या भूतेभिर्व्यजायत. And in this way, this this Aditi, this Hiranyagarbha, it it expresses as the pranas, and then is expressing as the life of every being and all the pancha mahabhutas. And in this way, the one who knows it so, this is that one, that is the reality. Now what? Don't think only Hiranyagarbha is the reality. We started from the absolute, then we came to the Ishvara, now we have come to the, then we came to the Hiranyagarbha, now we are coming to the life principle, the pranas. In other words, that reality is alone all this. Nothing is outside it. Catch this. The one who, this is, when you catch it, this is that. If you understand it, this is that. Etadvaitata. या सर्व भाष्य, या सर्व देवतामयी सर्व देवतात्मिका प्राणेन हिरण्यगर्भ रूपेण परस्मात् ब्रह्मणः संभवति. शब्दादीनाम् अदनाद शब्दादीनाम् अदनाद अदिति अदीप्तां पूर्ववद गुहां प्रविश्य तिष्ठन्तीं अदितिम्. That which is all pervasive, that which is sarva devatamayi, here it is taken in the aditi is the feminine word, therefore it is taken as devatamayi. Sarva deva swarupa, that here you will take devata as the effulgence, you will take that as the inner potential, you will take as the inner effulgence of everyone. Sarva deva swarup, sarva devatatmika pranena hiranyagarbha rupena parasmad brahmanah sambhavati. In the that this aditi, this prana, in other words the hiranyagarbha, it comes from, or it is the expression of the parabrahma. Parasmad parabrahma sambhavati. Shabdadinam adanad aditiptam purvavad guham pravishya tishtantim aditim. And this this aditi, then because it, here the word you, because it it absorbs, it illumines, it gobbles up, it takes over. Therefore, it is called as Aditi. And And where does it come? Where does it express? Here it is told that Guham uh, Guham pravishya tishtantim aditim. So it enters into the intellect of every person, and by staying there, uh, uh, and then from there she gives life to that particular being, and the one who sees this alone sees what was told before, bhute bhirvya pashyate, in the previous verse. Here it is told bhute virvya jayata. तामेव ताम एव विशिनष्टिया भूतेभिः भूतैः समन्विता व्यजायत उत्पन्ना इति एतत्. So the one who, along with the five great elements, uh, uh, has come into existence. In other words, the five great elements cannot be separate from the infinite reality. See, for this you have to observe your dream. Did the bodies come and then the mind entered the body? Did the five elements come in the mind first, and the body and the five great elements mixed and matched together, and the various forms were created, and once they were created, then the life entered? Did it happen like that in your experience in the dream? How did it happen? Instantaneous, simultaneous. The moment form is there, that very moment life is there. And what is the form due to? The five great elements. So those five great elements, can they express without life? Not possible. See, yeah, this requires a little bit going deep into yourself. To observe what we are just talking at the waking level is very difficult, because you have already taken a position. I am a poor teeny meeny fellow in this big huge infinite universe. You have to take the dream world and assess, and then whatever your conclusion there on these lines, then bring that conclusion into the waking. Then all pursuits will drop away. Then what portfolio and what memories and what albums and what my children and what everything will go on, but you are one. So just as so here it is told, the last line, tameva vishinashti या भूतेभिः भूतैः समन्विता. Samanvita means together. Vyajayata. Simultaneously. Samanvita. Simultaneously. Together. Vyajayata. Comes about. Life expresses. It's not life is separate and the Panch Mahabhut are separate. No, the whole cosmos is made out of Panch Mahabhut, the five great elements: space, air, fire, water, earth. So it's not that they came first and then the life entered. When the teacher or the scriptures are preparing your mind, then they say, I created the world and then entered every being. That is only in the initial stages. Nothing like that has happened. It's only a story. Everything is spontaneous. Everything is simultaneous without any lag. So when this whole cosmos came into being, simultaneously life also came into being. Simultaneously. That's the throb of this universe. It's the soul of this universe, without which the universe cannot exist. And how is it? Remember the previous verse? It is the center everywhere. Now it is expressing as life everywhere. In this verse, it is expressing as life everywhere. They're breaking it down for our benefit. The Upanishad is doing that. And that, what you are, etad vaitata, that which you asked, anyatra dharmat, anyatra adharmat, that question, this is that. This Aditi is that. So, in other words, the Brahman is that, the Ishvara is that, the Hiranyagarbha is that, the pranas are that in the form of Aditi. Now it will go on further. What is that? Also, अरण्योर्निहितो जातवेदा, अरण्योर्निहितो जातवेदा, गर्भ इव सुभृतो गर्भिणीभिः, गर्भ इव सुभृतो गर्भिणीभिः, दिवे दिवे ईड्यो जागृवद्भिः, दिवे दिवे ईड्यो जागृवद्भिः, हविष्मद्भिर्मनुष्येभिरग्निः, हविष्मद्भिर्मनुष्येभिरग्निः, एतद्वै तत, एतद्वै तत. Together. अरण्योर्निहितो जातवेदा, गर्भ इव सुभृतो गर्भिणीभिः, दिवे दिवे ईड्यो जागृवद्भिः, हविष्मद्भिर्मनुष्येभिरग्निः, एतद्वै तत. Garbha here, okay, the kincha also, what is also now? So the thought continues. In this aranyor nihato jata veda garbha iva sabhruto garbhinibihi. Garbha means the womb. In the womb, just as in the womb, the fetus is well preserved. Excuse me. So just as in the womb the fetus is well preserved by the mother, by the woman or by the mother, similarly the aranyo nihito jataveda, similarly the fire is created or manifested or invoked or what you call lodged within two pieces of wood. And what are those two woods? The two sticks. See? And in that manner, and it is worshipped dive 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 idyo jagruvad dive dive idyo jagruvad bihi havishmadbhir manushye agnihi. And it says that this fire is worshipped day after day, uh, both by wise men as well as uh, and by the uh, by the by the karmakandis, or by the people who invoke fire, agnihotris, who invoke fire on a daily basis as a way to sacrifice. This is that. Now what is this? Now think from a bigger picture. Brahman, this is that. Ishvara, the God principle, this is that. The Hiranyagarbha or the Brahmaji, this is that. Then the cosmic pranas, this is that. Cosmic pranas were the life which is expressing in this universe. Can you catch life outside? No. You can catch life only in yourself. Where you will catch it? Where is life expressing in you? Is it expressing in the senses? Is it expressing in the limbs? Is it expressing in the breath? Is it expressing in the mind? Is it expressing in the sleep? Where is it? Where can you catch it? You can catch it only in the intellect. That reflected consciousness is life. Now, that is not enough. Life has expressed, but what is this? Now, all the names and form in this universe, they have come about because of what? Yes, all the five elements have gone into it. But where does the form come? Space doesn't have a form. Consciousness doesn't have come from beginning. Consciousness does not have a form. Space does not have a form. Cosmic pranas don't have a form. But this universe we see is only with form. Form comes because of which element? It comes because of fire. Fire is the first element in space: air, fire, water, earth. Space has no form, air has no form, fire is the first. Sapta Jivha, the seven-tongued fire. When that happens in the Agni Kund, in the sacrificial pit, it's a very everything has been done properly, or more than doing everything properly, the disposition of the priest, he is available to what he is doing. He is not doing mechanically then. Or but scriptures say, oh, the gods are gracing. The fire god is happy. Therefore, he is expressing as the Sapta Jivha. God is happy when you are available, when you are doing with surrender, when you are doing with purity, when you are doing with good intentions, then the God is happy. The fire god is happy. So now, from the cosmic pranas, we are coming to that which we can touch and feel and taste. What is that? Form. Form is possible because of the fire. And therefore, that fire is invoked both by the sacrificial offerers, meaning the tapasvis or the agnihotris, as well as by the wise. So, do the wise continuously invoke the fire in the sacrificial pit? Yes, their sacrificial pit is their heart. They are continuously invoking the conscious principle, the life force, which is lending itself to the whole body. Why? Not only the whole universe. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. This is not that I am blessing the world. Your attention is on that principle, on that cosmic principle. And from that cosmic principle, for him, just like for sun, there is no day and night. There is no excitement of the day and depression of the night. There is no joys and sorrows. There is no inside and out. There are no directions for the sun. Exactly the same way. When the wise men are invoking this fire within, the cosmic fire, the life force within, their attention is continuously on that, which we have explained in the previous verse. Such a person is not affected by anything in this creation because he is the source. What will affect him? Nothing. He is at one mind with everything and everyone. So he is not doing the physical act of invoking the fire like the tapasvis or the priests or agnihotris. But his invocation of fire is through attention in the cave of his heart. See? अरण्योर्निहितो जातवेदा गर्भ इव संवृतो गर्भिणीभिः दिवे दिवे ईड्यो जागृवद्भिः हविष्मद्भिर्मनुष्येभिरग्निः एतद्वै तत्. Let's read what is given here. यो अधियज्ञ उत्तराधरारण्योः निहितः स्थितो जातवेदा अग्निः पुनः सर्वहविषां भोक्ता अध्यात्मं च योगिभिर्गर्भ इव गर्भिणीभिः अंतर्वत्नीभिरगर्हितान्नपान्नभोजनादिना यथा गर्भः संभृतः सुष्ठु सम्यक् भृतो लोक इव एतत् इवेथमेवर्त्वी इवेथमेवर्त्विग्निर्योग्निभिश्च संभृत इति एतत्. यह अधियज्ञ उत्तराधरारण्योः निहित स्थितो जातवेदा अग्निः. So he who does this yajna, and what does he do? He who recognizes in the that in the entire that the above and below arani is, arani is, you must have seen, there is a wooden cup the up and there's a wooden cup down, and there is a stick in between which is pulled with a string, and then cotton wool is kept, or dry grass is kept, and it catches the fire. That is how you invoke, that is called the purest fire. Similarly, here the teacher is saying that that don't light this fire through a matchstick, don't light this fire through a lighter. This has become very common, convenient methods of lighting a agarbatti or lighting a diya at home, isn't it? I have even seen, अरे यार दिया लगा दो दिया, quickly tell it like the agarbatti, the incense stick, go to the gas, light it, and come and we have also done the same thing many times. But that is not the right way. What is the right way? Which fire? That fire which is the purest. This is the one. Piece of wood up, piece of wood down, and a stick in between, and you keep the aboriginal way. And when that is lighted, with that fire, you light a lamp and you continue to maintain that lamp. In many temples, you will find one Akhanda Deep. This is that Akhanda Deep. That Akhanda Deep is not lighted by a lighter or a matchstick. It is lighted from that fire. And it continues to burn. And whenever you need fire for any purpose, then a little bit is taken from it. You light a candle from it, or you light a piece of wood from it, you light a agarbatti from it, and then you bring it, or you light a kapoor from it, and then bring it to the havan, to the sacrifice. That is what is meant here. That or that is what I am explaining. It's not, all this is not given in the bhashya. So whenever we are doing sacrifices, at that time the purity of the fire is paramount. It cannot be a second hand fire. It has to be the original. And in when we are doing it outside, and in this way, and there, and in the same way, just as this fire is created between the two cups by putting some cotton wool or dry grass and then taken out, similarly the wise men, they so here it is told, here example is given, just as where are we, just as the woman is through her food and through her water and nourishment, she is taking good care of the fetus in her womb. Similarly, exactly the same way, and I can give you another example. Just like when a sapling is put in the ground, so that it is not trampled, so that it doesn't have to face the rages of the wind, a protective wall, brickwork or some fence is put around it to protect it from the rages of the weather, from the grazing of the cows or other animals, till it gains good root, and then that is taken out and taken it to another young plant sapling. Same way, the mother, through her nourishment not only by food, also by her attention. Continuously she is talking to her fetus. Her attention is continuously on her womb. Those who are mothers know it. Fathers may know it. And that is nourishment. What are the thoughts? Are they ugly? Are they lusty? Are they divine? Are they are you singing a bhajan to that baby in the womb? Are you reading the Bhagavad Gita? Are you listening to satsangs? Or are you, and you are continuously, your attention on that child is the nourishment for that child. A little bit lower, then what you breathe is the nourishment for the child. Breathe properly. Then what you eat is the nourishment for the child. Eat properly. In other words, you are continuously attentive to the needs of the child so that he or she, that fetus, is growing healthily. Are we aware? This fire to know the truth is continuously being nourished by our attention. Are we aware? Are we attentive towards it? Are we protective about it? Or do we get swayed by every damn person who comes around and says, Chala yaar, for what satsang, let's go for a movie. By listening, nobody has got realized till today. Yeah, you are right. That's what they say also. Oh, come, let's go for a movie. I need a break from satsang. Many people speak that way. I need something different. Yes, something which is, that's why I go away, so that you have something different. So, this continuous fire that is within us, the fire of knowledge, the fire of seeking, the fire of life, whichever way you put it, are we attentive? Are we allowing it to expand and take our own whole being and burn away all that is not required? If you are attentive of that, then you will not overeat, because that digestive fire is also expression of that fire. See? So here he is saying, similarly, the yogis also किंच दिवे दिवे अहनी यहनीड्यः स्तुत्यः वन्द्यश्च कर्मिभिः योगिभिः च अध्वरे हृदये च जागृवद्भिः जागरणशीलवद्भिः अप्रमत्तैः इति एतत्. Here it is told that similarly the yogis also, they by the ghee and the home and the samagri, etc., and through their karma and their by remaining awake and removing the pramad, meaning going beyond the tamas, beyond sleep, beyond forgetfulness, and with the bhavana, with the bhavana of, here it says what? Jagarana Shilavad Bihi Apramattaihi iti etat हविष्मद्भिः आज्याभिमद्भिः ध्यानभावनावद्भिश्च मनुष्यैर्मनुष्यैः अग्निः एतद्वै एतत् देव प्रकृतं ब्रह्मा. And with appropriate yogas and appropriate methodologies, who some do the yajna outside, and some of them do the invocation of the fire, or invocation of the Jata Veda, or invocation of that cosmic fire within the cave of their heart. That fire is worthy of knowing, and the one who knows such a fire, certainly he is etadvai tada eva prakrutam brahma. He certainly knows the manifest Brahma. Prakrut Brahma, Prakrut means the manifest world. In other words, Prakrut means manifest and unmanifest. So he knows both. So till now we know only as what? We know the pure consciousness, which is absolute consciousness, absolute reality, formless and nameless, attributeless. Then we came to know the Ishvara. Ishvara is formless but with attributes. Then we came to Hiranyagarbha, where all possibilities were there. Then we came to the pranas, the life force, the cosmic life force. Then we came to, from that, we have come to the cosmic fire. And the one, and here it is told that the one who knows this cosmic fire, that this cosmic fire here meaning, as I have explained already, that fire is the first element which has a form. The whole universe that you see is two things, form and no form. Between two forms there is no form. That no form, we are calling it as space. That which has a form, that is space occupied by that form, whatever. So Prakrut Brahma, Prakrut, manifest, that which is experienced, that which is known, that which is seen, that which is heard, etc., etc., which is made out of these five great elements. He who knows that this entire cosmic cosmos is none other than the Brahman. How? By invocation of the fire. In this way, as we have shown you, from absolute till here. This is that, then he alone knows. So he has come to know the cosmic fire, or the cosmic person, not person, cosmic fire. Yeah. And in this way, continuing again, yataschodeti suryaha, yataschodeti suryaha, astam yatra cha gacchati, astam yatra cha gacchati, tam deva sarve arpitaha, tam deva sarve arpitaha, tadunatyeti kaschana, tadunatyeti kaschana, etadvaitata, etadvaitata. Together, yataschodeti suryaha, astam yatra cha gacchati, Tam deva sarve arpitaha tadunatyeti kaschana etadvaitata. From the 9th verse onwards, we'll look at it in our next class. Listen to this again and understand the attempt of the Upanishad to make you cognize how that one reality alone is the Ishvara, is alone the Hiranyagarbha, is alone the cosmic pranas, is alone the cosmic fire, is alone the sun, the moon, etc. It will come now. In other words, everything that you know or you don't know is nothing but is all but that one absolute reality. The one who knows this, that is anyatra dharmat, anyatra asmat krita kritat. That which you asked, what is that which is beyond dharma? What is that which is beyond doing and not doing? What is that which is beyond past and future? This is that. And he is telling, the Lord of Death is telling in such detail that there should be no doubt left in such a wonderful student who is sitting in front of him, who is totally open to receive this knowledge, who has proved that he is worthy of getting this knowledge. He is ready. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.